how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the Kelsi Sheren Perspective. Thank you guys for being here. I very much appreciate it. But right before we get in, can we thank the people that actually help keep this show going? You guys do. You guys have been showing up. You guys have been subscribing, and you guys have been helping our YouTube grow significantly. We have amazing sponsors back here that help keep us running: Ketone IQ and Good Living. If you don't know about them, please go check them out. They're in the bio. They are products I use every day. They are not people that just pay to be a part of the show. They are people who actually have supported me for years and years, and I'm so grateful to all of them. I want to get into something today. It is November 11th. It is Remembrance Day. It is Veterans Day in America. So first and foremost, thank you very much to all of those that have served, that continue to serve and give their lives for both countries. We know it's a thankless job, but I see you. I am grateful for you. And I hope that you guys take some time today to reflect on those that you either have lost, that are still with you as you keep going down this road in the good fight. So this one's going to suck. Sorry about it. I want to talk a little bit about Australia. Oof, you guys, I've been telling you, this is not a Canadian issue. This is an American and everyone else issue. MAID will always be abused. Let me tell you why. Australia had a suicide scandal, and oh my God, does it ever prove it? 20 people are dead, and one man caused all of this. See, they tell us a lot in the assisted suicide model that it will only be about compassion, never be abused. But Australia has made it a business model. Let's talk about it. 20 people are dead, and one man profited, and this is where the logic with MAID will always end. On September 15th, The Guardian reported a story out of Australia that reads like something out of a dark crime novel. If Canada wasn't bad enough, this is spreading fast, worse than the plague. Police have now charged 53-year-old Brett Daniel Taylor with 2 counts of aiding suicide and multiple drug offenses. Still wondering how some of these dying with dignity doctors have not been charged with the same ones, but I digress. His alleged business, really? He was running a fake end-of-life charity to get his hands on lethal veterinarian drugs and reselling them for profit. Ooh, no thank you. Detective Inspector Mark Mooney of the Queensland Police didn't mince his words at all when he said that Taylor is accused of deliberately targeting vulnerable people and exploiting them in their most desperate moments. Oh my God, this sounds like dying with dignity. Holy shit. Wow. I'm glad somebody's getting it. Investigators believe that he has tied to at least 20 deaths across these 3 states since 2021. And this wasn't any form of compassion, my friends. Oh, no. This was much worse than that. It wasn't care, it wasn't commerce, it was a profitable black market service that provided suicide kits, arranging wills, and left people to die alone in their homes. This sounds like Kenneth Law, guys. If you guys don't know who Kenneth Law is, go check out my Substack. This man also, similar case in Canada, hundreds of deaths on his hands, and yet it looks like he's probably going to get off on a technicality. But if you know Canadian law, you know that people who actually murder and kill people, rape them and otherwise, they get to walk free, when people like me who post something on Twitter go to prison. See, the case only came to light after the 43-year-old man was found dead. He had a chronic health condition, and he did not qualify for assisted suicide under the Queensland law. Australia's laws are very different than ours, and so this obviously gets into a little more of a complicated situation. He wasn't supposed to be eligible, yet he's dead. See, that's how easy it is for a system to bleed into abuse. This has been my problem, one of the things I've been stating that I am hyper concerned about. It's not an isolated story either, by any means, in any way, shape, or form. Australia legalized assisted death in every state. Yet, the demand didn't stay neatly within the lines of the law. It spilled over into theft and trafficking and shady businesses, because that is what happens, my friends. It's going to happen over and over and over again. This episode is brought to you by Ketone IQ, and if you guys have not seen me drinking it, it has been behind me, it has been everywhere. But ketones, I want to tell you a little bit more, because you ask all the time, are a powerful macronutrient, and they cross the blood-brain barrier. They supercharge your brain, and not only do they do that, I have reported and seen my own sharper focus and stronger endurance in next-level performance. I use them before podcasts, before keynote speeches, and before I work daily with clients, and when I get on my road bike. But this is not just that feeling good type ad. This is for real. This is backed by science. In a placebo-controlled study, ketone IQ users saw a 19% increase in sprint power, 13% in more peak power, and 10% less fatigue. And the ketone levels spiked 5 times in just 20 minutes. So when it comes to recovery, ketone IQ improves blood flow, muscle oxygenation, and even boosts EPO, which is critical for your stamina and the bounce back factor. So if you guys are chasing that edge, physical or mental, ketone IQ is the shortcut to getting into those zones. Do yourself a favor, go over to ketone.com and use the code Kelsi. You're going to save 30% off your next subscription. And I do promise you, ketone is no joke. Ketone fuels the flow. And I'm telling you, it is the best thing I have ever gotten into. This is never going to be an isolated story, and I've said this for years. Lethal veterinary drugs have been stolen and pushed online. Back in 2010, a guy named Philip, who was the founder of Exit International, was openly encouraging people to buy these substances. Don't know how he wasn't put in prison, but here we are anyway. See, a forensic review of death from the Nembutal shows something damning. Young and depressed people were more likely to die by it than the terminally ill. That's because it's available, people, and when it's available, this is what is going to happen. The truth is, lawmakers never want to face this. The reality that the rollout isn't working, that it never was going to work, it was going to continue to get worse. But when you normalize assisted suicide, you don't just open the door, and you never have. You tear down a wall, becoming all in. And suddenly, the tools of killing are available to anybody who can buy them. And people will always find a way. So Canada, Canadians, Americans, are you listening? Here's why this matters and why everybody should be paying a huge amount of attention. Canada has already and has now for a while had MAID, and it is expanding fast. And when it began, the promise of compassionate relief from the terminally ill was a, justifiable reason to kill people. But here's the thing, it has metastasized into offering death for the disabled, the poverty, mental illness, and veterans. This is not a lie, not facetious. You guys can go check out my Senate testimony. You can go check out Valor Law. You can go check out Made in Canada documentaries. You can go check out Aaron Gunn's documentary. Veterans are being offered. The homeless are being offered. The own Senate testimony has committed to stating disabled people are afraid to go to doctors because they're being offered everywhere they go. It's like some new fad. It's like the new trans movement. It's like, it's okay, guys. Like, go kill yourself with MAID. It's supposed to be cool and fun and you're hip. It's murder. Stop it. Stop. Hey guys, this episode is brought to you by Good Livin'. I am so excited to tell you about something that's become such a meaningful part of my wellness routine, Good Livin'. Now, this isn't any brand. This is actually a brand I know all of the owners behind. And let me tell you, their integrity, their dedication, and their quality is the real deal. Their microdosing and functional blends are crafted with intention, and you can feel it. Everything is tested and made to support you in tapping into your own rhythm. We're talking about blends for anxiety, depression and stress, ADHD, brain health, inflammation, sleep, and energy. Seriously, they have thought of everything possible. I know firsthand how much love they pour into every single product. So if you're ready to check them out and explore more, go to itsgoodlivin.com. And trust me, it's a journey worth taking. That's itsgoodlivin.com, itsgoodlivin.com. And make sure to use the code Kelsi and get 20% off your first order today. It has metastasized into something terrifying, and veterans are being offered and still being offered when they have asked for help. And I know this because they are some of my friends, and I have reported on this now for a long time, and my friends have been coming to me. I said this in the Senate, in the MPs, when I was doing the testimony for the veteran suicide study, just in October 28th. So the so-called safeguards are no joke. And they don't work, and they are pathetic. And the system is sliding further every single year. And see, the thing is, if in Australia, a country with legal regulated assisted suicide laws, a man can still set up a shop and profit off of despair, what the hell do you guys think is happening here in Canada under the much, much looser regime? Do you think it's legal, safe, not coercion? I can assure you that's not true at all. It's pretty damn bad is what it is. How many people do you think have already been nudged, pressured, or quietly steered towards MAID, because it's a lot cheaper than real support. And once death is normalized, I've said this before, I'll say it again, I sound like a broken record to a lot of you, but it will become a product. This is no longer about compassion and empathy. This is a product. You are a product of the system. The system finds you expensive. It gets rid of said product and finds a cheaper one. Have we not figured this out? Products get marketed, products get sold, products get abused. Welcome to MAID. This is why we can't continue to allow this to even exist in the first place, because you cannot regulate away human greed. The other thing you can't regulate is what happens when people actually start killing people and then they realize they enjoy it. A great example, and you can read this in the National Post if you're curious, is Ellen Wiebe. Brags about her, well, only on record she brags about her hundreds of deaths, but I've been in the room where she's admitted to over 1,000. Not just with me, other witnesses with me have heard her say she's killed more than 1,000 people, and she's killed people illegally, has never been charged. She admitted it in the Salt Spring Island meeting both Alicia Duncan and I went to, where we confronted her and were booed by 100 other 65-year-old plus when we gave them the reality check that they so desperately needed. So this is what I'm trying to explain. You can't legislate away an exploitation of the vulnerable. And once killing becomes part of the system, it spreads like raw. And a perfect example is CanMap and Dying with Dignity. They wake up every minute of their day, of their life, wanting to kill more people. See, the Australian case is just a warning, just like Kenneth Law was, but nobody learned from that. If you open the door to state-sanctioned killing, you can never, and I mean never, control who walks through it. And we're looking at that right now. We're either a society that protects life or one that packages death and calls it compassion. I'm going to go with the other, because that's really what we are. There's no middle ground. Australia is now a eugenics country. The once free and hopeful now kills its citizens, just like Canada. So I know this one was short and tight, but I want you guys to get the data, and I want you to get all the way through the episodes. If you guys can, please go over and subscribe to our YouTube at the Kelsi Sheren Perspective. Go check out our Substack where you can read these articles, understand them, and you can see the links and proof and all of the receipts I attach there when people say I'm a liar. And for those listening who are in the pro-death cult, we're just getting started, my friends. So stay tuned. Those views help. And our message will continue to get out because there is no stopping the light. And for those who are looking for great people, go check out Ketone IQ and Good Living. The ads are also in here. Check out the bio where the discount codes are. And we will see you all next week, my friends.